Hello, everybody. Sorry for the late start. We thought we got started on time, but I did a bit of a boo-boo. Still on my profile on Twitch. Thought I had changed it. Hopefully, everybody out there is good. Of course, tonight with me, I do have the Metal per usual, and he is doing some color corrections on his pages. And then he's putting them up on Webtoons, you were saying, I think?
Yeah. Well, I'm also going to put the corrected version on the website as well. But the main reason I'm doing it is to put the pages up on Webtoons.
Cool. So I'm going to switch this over so you can see both of us at the moment. Might not be able to see very good what we're doing, but because both of us are smaller.
That's fine. If you can't see what I'm doing very well, what I'm doing is really boring.
Probably not much more exciting than what I'm doing. I'm just doing coloring too, and a lot of color corrections. As well.
Like, I keep my brush like super big as it goes. Oh, I actually just got the notification that you were on Twitch. That took a while. But I keep my brush like as big as it goes, so all I have to do is like click once and then go back over. So it's a lot of just like tab switching in rapid succession.
Oh, that's alright. Right there, right in front of me. So I'm finishing off coloring up Squeaker from last night. I'll probably get done and end up going in and doing some background stuff after. Doing also background for Space Warp.
Space Warp.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody knows what they're getting with a character with that name. Well, eventually they will.
Yeah. There is one thing I have to add to each of these pages, just to make sure that the outside color is corrected. I have to add a 50% overlay on certain panels.
An overlay of what?
That's like the one thing I actually have to put into the page.
What is the overlay of?
Just the night sky color. It kind of just like blends everything to make it look like it's darker outside.
Okay.
It's a cheap lighting effect because I don't feel like going in and actually recoloring all these pages. I just want them to appear more vibrant and legible.
Okay, sounds good to me. Of course, I'm erasing some oranges here, the orange overlap, and putting in some orange where it needs to be as well. I hate my desk, it's slippery and on a slant, so my mouse likes to slide.
Oh, is it sitting on the same one used for art, right?
Yeah. And actually, it's only one of the two mouses that I have that likes to slide. And it's my, I'd say, main one.
Ooh, I might redo the sky real quick. Because all of my skies, it's like quick to redo the sky.
Yeah.
All my skies were just like absolutely abysmal. They don't even look like skies.
Yeah, I've had that problem. Especially when you put nothing in the sky.
Yeah.
And Darken links here and says hello. Or hi, actually. Or he says hi all. You know, when you just have a blank sky, you know, maybe even slight gradient to it, it just looks so bland.
Yeah. Well, that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to basically make my own gradient real quick. As like cheaply as possible.
Well, that's good, I guess.
So one way to do that without me having to change my selection too many times is to just like start from the bottom and move to the top and erase anything that floods over.
The gray again. Thought I grabbed it. Oh! Hate it. Is this that Metals manga? I believe so. No,
this is not the manga. This is the webcomic. I'm just doing some color corrections on older pages.
Bringing them a little bit up to date.
Yeah, and boom. Like it's really fast. I started coloring this page or correcting it on stream. Already done with this page.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work through quite a few just back and forth.
Yeah, hey, that's good. You know, it's showing.
Oh, actually, I have to reformat the size too. I forgot about that. Because I was working in a size that no printer actually uses and had to adjust that when I went to go printing. Because, like, I work in the size that were French comics, because that was the first thing that I could find the dimension for. But no American printer prints in that size. So I kind of just stopped working in that size.
Yeah. But it's all probably, at this point, everything's saved in the original. Original size that you did.
So then you get like assets that I imported in that I worked on like another page, just like bleeding off when I increase the canvas size and have to go to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's in the wrong. I also worked in CMYK originally because, you know, I was thinking, oh, printing, that's how they're gonna do it. No, everything's digital printing now, so you need to do it in RGB. I was so confused when I started doing things because I came from a printing mentality from back when I was doing traditional art.
Yeah,
It's also like why all the colors were muddy, because they looked fine in CMYK, but then when you start doing things digitally, it's awful.
but some good news for out there for people listening. Things have got transferred over to John's bank account, and they've triggered the funds being to put in his account today. So hopefully early next week, the latest next Thursday, we should know whether that works out or not. So, and then of course John will have to transfer it over to me, the money.
And then you'll have to start playing that Beatles song. You never give me your money.
Actually, it'd be my money. In this case. I think I'm going to need to put a little bit of a lip on my thing here. That way my mouse doesn't fall off on me.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Darken Link says, I'm just going to read my comics now. Okay, cool.
Whatever makes you happy.
I was going to say, which comics?
Okay, no. One thing I hate is in Photoshop, if you jump over to another tab after reducing the opacity on one, for some reason it'll decide it needs to reduce the opacity on the layer that you jump to in that other window.
Not good.
Yeah, I was like, Photoshop, why? I didn't tell you to do this.
Yeah, it doesn't, just because I did it in one doesn't mean I want it in the other naturally. Unless you have something clicked that makes it do that you don't know about.
I think it's because the cursor will linger on like the mode or opacity drop down, and when you hop over, it just copy pastes it because Windows is stupid sometimes.
Oh, yeah. he said some Wonder Woman Rebirth. Oh, did you see that Kanan White redo of the Wonder Woman 1984 cover?
Maybe. I don't remember if I saw it, but I saw John Dillard's redo of the cover.
I haven't seen John Dillard's version of it.
What was funny is he was trying to make something that was intentionally tacky and even like more 80s and ugly than the original image. But he made it so on point tacky 80s that people were unironically liking it.
So that I can find it. It's just scrolling down here on my. Oh wow! Somebody created a very big Gundam statue.
Oh yeah, in Japan they made a life-size Gundam.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. It steams and everything, like to make it seem like there's working parts in the inside. It'll like shoot out smoke and steam from the like gaps in the armor.
Ah, cool. Okay, let's see where. Hey, Willie Reed's here. So here is. Let's see. Browsers, Chrome. And I'm just gonna show me off for a sec. Well, that's probably.
What on there?
Actually, everybody can probably see that anyways. Because I went to that
There we go.
on the main page. There, but yeah, that's Kanan White redid the Wonder Woman 1984 cover. Not sure whether you want to look in the main thing. Because I don't think
Yeah, in a second. I just, I don't like taking my image off my tab while I'm in the middle of doing something.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's really better.
Now, if that was a like part of fashion that came back, I, for some reason, really like it when women wear those like really long collared shirts and they have it like hanging with one bra strap showing.
Yeah.
I actually draw a few of my characters wearing clothes like that.
Yeah. And I said Willie's here, and he says, hello.
Yeah, I'm like really methodical with this too. I have all the colors I use broken down into like a grid system.
Well, I'd say that's a good thing. I think it is, anyways.
It might be. I don't know. I mean, the coloring is like intentionally really lame because I really shouldn't be spending that much time on a web comic. But then it kind of has like this nice cartoon feel to it, which I like cartoons, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's erasing, not airbrushing.
Yeah, but like one of the big problems with working on some European palettes in strictly CMYK was going digital. Everything came out like really muddy and too high contrast. So like light things like pale skin came out too pale, and dark things came out like too dark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is going to do overall wonders for it.
How are you tonight, Willie? Reed? You're still listening? I forgot to do the boots, so do them in a second or two. Oh, I forgot to do that. I hate when I forget to do spots for coloring.
Yeah, that's kind of the worst. Especially like if you finish an entire picture, or like you thought you finished and you go back and you see it and like there's one spot you just did not color at all.
Well, this is more the shading part, so It's bad, but not quite that bad.
I actually had that on one of these pages where I completely forgot to color just like this small angle of space. So when I'm going back, it's like, darn it, I have to highlight and color that what it's supposed to be. Which also means in the printed version, there might just be a little white space there, and I never paid attention to it. This is why you need editors.
Yeah, just forgot to color the toad area on this. It's not going to take much to do, it's just that I have to go back and do it at all. And re-get the colors and all that.
Actually, wait a minute. I might be doing this stupidly. Which would not be a surprise if I'm doing things stupidly. Let's see. Oh, that's right. You put an overlay on white, and it doesn't even show up. So I can literally just overlay the entire, like, top 75% of this page.
Huh. Well, hopefully some people will show up soon. I feel like talking. To engage us in conversation.
Yeah, well, I told you. What I'm doing is really boring. So I'll talk about anything. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Did my quick update, and let's see how many people are here. Maybe I should do the update. Talk about the update again. Well, we got 7 watching. I think that was 1 more than before earlier.
Every time one more person comes in, you're going to re-update them on what's going on. Instead of waiting like halfway through the show and updating more people.
No, I'm not quite that bad. I will wait a little longer. Unless the person speaks up and really wants the update. But I think
I need it now, Rick. I need it! Actually, because unlike normal, I cannot really see the chat on my screen since I'm using my monitor.
Don't worry.
So I'm going to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, well, right now, the last person to have said something was Willie, like 10 minutes ago. Or 5 minutes ago. And that was just
There we
hello. And that was just hello.
No, the last person to say anything was Dark and Link, who said hello.
Oh. He said hello again. It hadn't quite shown up on my thing when I said that, so.
I don't know, man. I'm on to you, Rick.
Why would I lie?
I see what you're trying to do.
Why would I lie?
I don't know. Why would you lie?
Cover my own butt? I don't know how me saying, Willie was the last one person to say something versus Dirk and Link would be anything to uncover my butt. I don't think it matters who said something last between the two.
All I know is he who laughs last
Laughs
is
best.
the last one laughing.
I thought it was just he who laughs last laughs best.
Oh, it's something my uncle always said. This is the last one laughing.
Dirkling says, I'm just here listening, reading my comics, with a big laugh.
This chapter that I'm like correcting right now, I'm supposed to have a dubbed version of it up on the channel. I mean, by all rights, it's probably done or near done, but I haven't heard a word from the guy who was editing it. I even asked him weeks ago, and he just has not responded to me on Discord.
Uh-huh.
I'm probably going to ask him again on, say, Facebook, but I didn't want to bother him on 2 different platforms back to back.
So dubbed him what?
So it was going to be edited between the panels, and mostly the people these characters were based off of were reading off the lines of the characters.
So no.
And then he was going to add in some background music and sound effects and stuff like that, almost like an audio drama.
Oh, okay. Just by dubbed, I thought you might have meant, putting it into a different language.
Oh, well, I actually do have the entire script in Spanish, and the first couple pages done. I just haven't gone through and translate, put everything in the word balloons yet. I was waiting until I finished recoloring it, because I figured if I'm going to recolor it anyway, why would I translate it on the worst version?
Yeah.
But somebody just volunteered. They were trying to get some translation credits and practice on it. First chapter. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, then I'll put it up after I fix it, all as one gallery. And then if, Spanish speakers happen to like the story, I'll go find somebody else to help me translate the rest of it, because they only wanted to do the first chapter. But why would I worry about finding somebody else if people don't even end up liking the first one?
Yeah. Well, heck, that's what you could get some interns to do. Translation.
Oh yeah, get me a translation intern.
Topher says reading here too. What are you reading, Topher? We know Dark and Link is reading some Wonder Woman Rebirth. Unless the WW's World War Rebirth, but I've never heard of that, so I'm thinking it's Wonder Woman.
The sad part is sometimes it takes longer for a page to save than it does for me to actually correct the colors on it.
Yeah, I can believe that. Oh, Fantastic Four. Some modern Fantastic Four or some earlier stuff?
Oh yeah, didn't they bring that back within like the last year or so?
I find that really stupid. Just because Fox has, the Fantastic Four property and the movies do bad, oh, suddenly we're going to have to, shut down the comic, or whatever. It's like,
Oh yeah, that's really dumb. Especially because like they're not even using the movies to sell their comics anyway, since they keep doing all these character replacements and stuff, and people don't want them. So why should you even care? Just sell the Fantastic Four.
yeah, because people, they're a popular comic brand, if I'm right. Lots of people like the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, they're probably actually tied for Marvel's second most popular franchise with the X-Men. Because obviously Spider-Man beats out everybody.
Yeah. I'm saying Jack Kirby old stuff. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Think of all the four Fantastic Four movies. I like the first one the best, and then it's
Yeah, well, I thought the casting was really good. It obviously has some like clear directing problems
yeah,
because the story wasn't that solid. But I really like the people that they picked to play each of the roles, especially with Julian McMahon as Doctor Doom.
yeah, yeah. I think the big problem for Fantastic Four movies, they're trying to tie Doom in too much with the Fantastic Four's origin. When
Yeah,
when unless you go with the Ultimate series, he's not tied in.
yeah,
And
because his origin is related to Reed, but it's completely separate. And the only reason he's vindictive against Reed is because Reed was the know-it-all that told him, don't do it.
yeah, back in college, and that Reed was actually right. God forbid Doom be wrong.
Yeah.
Dillard's here and he says, "Hello there. What kind of show is this? What are you guys all about?" I don't know why I'm doing a British accent for John. Maybe just because he's trying to pretend he has no idea what this is all about. This is about comics and a bunch of stuff. This, that, and everything. Whatever we feel like talking about while doing some, well, digital coloring or digital correcting.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing is corrections.
Duncan Link says, be boring without you. You jump in there and make it fun again. Mallet says, John is the German man.
I'm surprised Mallet's not bugging you to work on the what's it called, the sketch card comic.
He was trying to a little bit. Nobody had any points this afternoon, so no new sketch card panels got made. Topher says, keep the action sounds closely. Tiller says, are you a woke channel? A woke comic channel, or are you right-wing bigots? We are neither. Mallet says, Rick doesn't care about chat engagement. What do you mean? I'm engaging with the chat right now. I care about chat engagement. In fact, I tried to encourage, them to talk, That way they get more points. That way they can build up their points faster to redeem them to get more sketch cards.
Yeah, but that doesn't work here.
Yeah. Of course, I mean over on Twitch, Topher says, keep the accent, sounds classy. I'm going to do more to the background in this, but it's starting to come along, I would say. I got her colored in. Dylan says, what do you mean, neither? Are you sitting? Are you offending, you yellow-bellied cowards? Nope, because we're not woke and we're not bigots. Then again, technically, I think the woke people are bigots.
Plus, you wouldn't want to sit on a fence. They're usually kind of sharp. You'd hurt your butt.
Yeah. And my mom's putting in my links to my Patreon and my Teespring. Yes, I just think the woke people hide their bigotry in their wokeness.
I agree. And it's a good thing it's after dark while I decided to color correct chapter 1.
Why?
Because there's a succubus in it. She's not actually naked because she's covered in feathers, but she kind of appears almost naked, so...
Dillet says he just received a Cult of Raven t-shirt in the mail. What do you know about this Cult of Raven? They're a cult. You shouldn't listen to them.
I don't know, man. They sound pretty cool to me.
Dark Link says I'm getting something like that soon as well.
I actually probably should go get a Cult of Raven shirt at some point.
Mallet says, how can this be a Christian channel with the talk of cults and succubuses?
Technically, the plural for succubus is succubi.
Well, with the talk of cults, that's easy because it's, how to avoid cults and not to telling, people not to join cults.
And also, the succubus can be traced all the way back to, like, Hebrew forms of thought, though.
Well, it says, suck your what? Suck your bus. I don't know why you want to suck anybody's bus. Or you could say bust then. Suck your bust. Or actually, I would probably be her bust, and I would suggest you be married first. Art Reed says we make our own rules. Dylan says ask.
Actually, that's funny. Yeah, he says actually the plural of succubus is incel.
Mallet says you can tell this Dillett person was persecuted. Mallet says, in order to read, I know and hi. Dillett says, this is so boring. What are you guys up to in real life? Well, hopefully about in less than a week I'm about to start the fulfillment on a comic, as long as certain things go right.
I don't know how much about my real life I want people on the internet to know.
Yeah. Hold on. Darkling says more boring.
He asks, or why do a show? Why do a show, Rick?
Just to do it, because you can. Why not do a show? What makes you so special that you think you need a YouTube live show? What are you going to do? I could tell by the title. Will you be doing flips? You couldn't tell by
I
the
think
title.
Diller's just trying to entertain himself.
Yeah, me too. Durkin laughs and says, Dillard, show them who's boss. Well, he does have the link, so it's not like he can't come on the show.
Well, why would he want to come onto a boring show?
Yeah. to see whether he can make it not boring.
What are you trying to do? Give him an aneurysm?
To make him, to see whether he has what it takes to make it not boring. What does it say about your show that the viewers have to entertain themselves? I don't know. Depends on what they're entertained by. Some are entertained by, people drawing or coloring.
Oh, Rick, I forgot to ask. Have you heard from anybody else? Because I said you were going to put the feelers back out about the coloring book.
Muttman.
Oh, okay.
He asked whether he could still do one and put it in the next couple days. I said yes. And I put your email in with
okay, cool.
The feeler. I just sent the letter out to a whole bunch of the same people. I didn't put out to ones that I'd already given. Julie says this show is 80% heavy breathing and clearing throats, highly erotic. Well, this Cross Comics After Dark. And I do have, for the next 3 weeks, I actually have people booked for Mondays.
Ooh. Who we got booked?
Monday, coming Monday, I got at Alzamat Comics for the Street Champion something. I didn't write down the whole title, just something that would, remind me exactly which one I'm looking for when I go looking on whatever day. On the 24th of August, we have Fresher Luke with Forsaken Gods. And on the 31st, we have Nathan Masters with Hexcraft Mechanics.
I have no idea who any of those people are, but it sounds fun.
Well, you can find their books on, I believe they're all on Indiegogo. Here's me giving Indiegogo help. I can't think of it how I was helping Indiegogo. I'm helping the creators. And they're also on Indiecron, so that's where I found them. I go to Indiecron to take a little bit of a look at comics. I'm trying to get ones that haven't really got their goal super met. Maybe they have their comic funded or just under something. Hopefully something on my show will push them over the edge. Is what
I don't think Giller likes how pink my succubus is.
And he says, "Fix your audio." I'm work on it tomorrow.
Either that or he doesn't like how pink your character's face is. or just pink in general. He might be a pink hater.
And why does it sound worse with the new computer? Because maybe the audio that was being picked up was from my laptop before and not from the camera.
Oh yeah, I've heard how bad this audio sounds before when you've like been flipping through different mic inputs, and this one would pop up on the old laptop.
Mrs. Dillard's here and says, "Damn all your complaints, Dillard, but the viewers are here." Dillard, stop complaining and get yourself on to make yourself better. He gets results. Mallet says to Dildo, "Have you ordered Rick's stuff yet?" As I said before, we can't expect Dillard to buy everything. Dylan says, "You're right. I shouldn't do this to myself. Send me a DM when your audio is fixed. I'll be back then."
Well, I don't think your audio is going to get like super fixed until you get a better mic.
Yeah. No.
Though the filter, you said you're going to watch those videos. That might help some.
No. It might, and hopefully tomorrow night we'll find out. I might do a small test to check out, or bring a couple people by and do an unlisted video, and you guys can listen and see what you think. And then Dylan says bye. Dylan only got so far as creating a Canadian Amazon account, added the items to the shopping cart, then shut the page down, cussing out Rick. He's resisting his heart's inclination. Hey, I ain't expecting any. I'm appreciative of what people do, but I'm not expecting anybody to do anything.
Well, it seems other people are more expecting Dillard to do things than you are.
Yeah.
Even if they are just joking.
Mrs. Dillard says he has a fancy microphone, well, for Canadians, in there, but didn't buy it. I might go over some microphones in the next month or so. Maybe I might even be able to afford one in a week or so. When hopefully certain money comes in. After everything is bought and paid for that needs to be bought and paid for, I'm not going to spend the money on anything else till everything is paid for. A couple months ago, I was looking at microphones. Oh, yeah, microphones.
Yeah. What kind of microphones?
I don't know. I was looking on Amazon. I might have put them in some of them in either my Amazon or Canadian account wish list or my American one. I'm not sure. Am I American or Canadian? I could go looking on. Because everybody was complaining about my microphone back then too. And as soon as I get my fulfillment done on the Canadian Shield, I'm gonna put together a Cross Comics coloring book and put it up on Kickstarter and see how well. See whether people will buy it first of all, to see how well I can get Kickstarter to give me my money. But then again, there might be one difference. I don't think I was able to get it to do it in American funds over there. So, but
Yeah, like I know things seem more expensive when you actually have them in Canadian funds to other people. But maybe it would have just been smarter to use Canadian from the beginning.
yeah. Well, the only reason I didn't was just because, well, everybody gets it switched into whatever dollars they're using, but, most of my people are American. So, I've got to figure out the American price. And, based on whatever I'm saying Canadian, it fluctuates a little from day to day, too. Yeah, I could always try that again too. Indiegogo, but with Canadian funds. This is Dylan says John is the backyard cursing this guy yelling at Rick. Why is he yelling at me? What'd I do?
Well, I mean, actually, he's yelling at the sky because you're not there.
Yeah, but still, because of me, what'd I do? I can't help how my stuff sounds. There's only so much I can do. It's everybody else that wants them to buy everything for me.
He says because your audio is so awful. To some extent, nothing can be done.
Not right this second, anyways, because I don't think people want to listen to me listening to a video on how to go through these filters.
And then you find out that's exactly what Mallet's been looking for to do for his entire day and just didn't know it. So, how tacky are you gonna make this character?
Oh, what? Playtime?
Yeah, yeah. Like I know she's a clown, but
Well, I'm not sure whether she's clown. You know, I was thinking like her clothes. I'm just trying to do patchwork clothes. You know, all different whatever, probably fabrics or whatever, stitched together. You know, like some sort of kids patchwork clothing or whatever. And she's supposed to be. Well, it says, "Wow, that was harsh metal." It's not. My mom said it's not as bad as it was for Twitch. My audio. Um, but um, she's supposed to be cross between the Joker, the Riddler, couple others, Toyman.
yeah, yeah. You said this before, but
Yeah.
like, what's her specific theme to the character? And are you going to make her really, really tacky?
What do you mean by tacky exactly?
Okay, so like usually things match, right? And kind of part of like you look at the clown aesthetic is that you have patches of things that do not match together.
Yeah. Well, this is, except for my bad line jobs, this is what I was thinking of. Obviously, for her color scheme, I'm trying to get all the lines a little bit better, or at least for the color lines, you know. I don't know what type of fabrics, you know, maybe it'll all be the same type of fabric. I don't. I guess I don't know a lot because I just created I had the idea, I created the basic look, and
I'm trying to get in your head, Rick.
yeah, I know. Well, probably as tacky as whatever you consider this is at the moment.
That's pretty tacky.
Because, you know, I can't see going with any different color scheme than what it's at the moment, but, you know. I guess at the moment I'd say I'm also open for a change of ideas. You know, this character isn't 100% set in stone like some of my other characters. In my mind, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm also, like when I said trying to get in your head, I'm trying to get into your thought process because this is not how like my brain works when I make characters. So I'm trying to figure out like how you go about things.
I'd say for each character it's probably different. You know, like I said, on the fly I thought of, you know, doing I think at first it was a cross between a couple of them, and then it's thrown in this one and that one. So what? Joker, Riddler, Toyman, and I know there was a fourth one I said. Toyman more in the fact of the toys. And, you know, I think she'll probably end up doing something like the Riddler with riddles and stuff like that. And then she's going to be, oh, Harley Quinn. Then she's going to be psychotic like, you know, Harley Quinn and the Joker, but probably try and pull off some of the sexiness of Harley Quinn. And I hope that answers a little bit of the questions. Or question.
A little. But don't worry, I'll be back with more.
Yeah, you know, thinking of what parts I guess it was like what parts of those characters is going to be ingrained. I say part those characters. Ask him about a job while you're at it. What did Metal? I didn't think you said something harsh to me.
Oh, he probably just interpreted it as being more harsh than it is.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, because in general, I wouldn't even call most of your characters tacky. Like, I wasn't trying to use that as an insult. Questionable color schemes, sure, but tacky, no.
Yeah.
And a lot of the color schemes could probably just be fixed if, like, the values of certain colors were tweaked here and there. Higher contrast and stuff like that.
Mal says these questions I've been asked before. Rick knows nothing about his characters.
There is a modicum of truth in that.
There's some characters I know more about than others. And then when, I write stuff down, like, their bio and all that, till you actually start writing the character, getting in the head where I want to go completely, you don't know.
Well, you're what's called a discovery writer, right? So you kind of like have an idea, but you're kind of like discovering where the idea is going to go, like you're on a journey.
Yeah.
I am not like that at all.
I have something.
When I have an idea, it all floods into me at once.
Yeah.
But I'm more of an architect. There's different types of writers.
I think I have a little bit of that, the architect in me too, because, I've planned out certain events for, 5 years in advance.
Well, everybody's a little of both to one degree, but most people lean heavier to one over the other.
Yeah. I equate it with, when, Superman first came out, none of them could have predicted where he would be today. Probably none of them probably could have predicted where he was 10 years after, or Batman 10 years after, The changes, I hate to use the word, but evolved so much over, 10 years and then 20 years. 30 years. Mount says, I know you guys don't think I know what I'm talking about with character development.
I did not think that at all. I have no idea what Mallet's writing capability is, so he could be really good at character development for all I know. I wasn't going to make assumptions.
Yeah.
I mean, he at least has to know something. He created Xylo, right?
Yeah. Mallet says Xylo has many working parts. And there's the thing, too, I want to try and make my characters as multi-dimensional as possible, just not one or two dimensional, and I know some of them seem like one or two dimensional at the moment, but I know as I get writing them or whatever, they'll end up more dimensional.
All my characters are two-dimensional. They only exist on pages.
Except for the ones that don't yet, right? They just say...
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't even call them one-dimensional at that point. Unless the single dimension is the abstract space of my mind.
Yeah. Mallet says, I troll Rick because I was hoping for a more rapid enhancement of his skills.
You might be hoping for a little much there.
He says, I want him to be a better man, or at least Canadian. I think I'm a pretty good Canadian. I don't like Justin Trudeau. I think that's the best thing about being Canadian right now. Not liking Trudeau.
I thought the best thing about being Canadian was bathing in maple syrup.
I don't know no Canadian that's ever done that.
Oh man, I've been lied to. Canada sounds a lot less fun now.
I can't say nobody's done it, but I said I don't know any. And I'd say I do know quite a few. Well, in the grand scheme of things, I probably don't know all that many Canadians. You know, couple hundred maybe. Mallet says, I think John Candy did once. And Mallet says he's working on his Facebook store. Okay, what?
Oh, cool.
What are you putting on your Facebook store, Mallet?
Mallet is a really productive guy. Like, just counting like how many hours of projects and work he puts in the day on top of his normal job. He's probably one of the hardest working people I've ever had any experience with.
Mallet says Canadian Shield, wooden planks and plaques. Well, that sort of reminds me. The one thing that I sent you before, I actually have a 3D representation of that I did in plastic. What?
You know, I have a tendency to believe you that Gridlock is a harder worker. Especially if you say it. But he does seem like a hard worker too.
But there's that one thing, yeah. I need to redo the paint job on this part. I would need a JPEG. Yeah, well, I'd take a picture of this. Easy enough. Couple pictures. And this was for... Oh, right here. Oh. This was for my original Canadian Shield to stand on. Yeah, I sent you the STL file. Rick, I'll make something cool, but okay, you pay shipping is crazy to China.
Shipping is crazy to Canada.
Yeah, shipping is crazy in Canada. To Canada.
Yeah, that's probably the problem, right? Like, getting it to the border is probably cheap. But, you know, we still have to cover what happens once it gets into Canada.
Yeah, because I know I've sent stuff across thing, like the same package, you know, But it's because the tracking, if I send something to the States or anywhere outside of Canada, I can take the tracking off. In Canada, you can't take the tracking off. So they charge you up the wazoo. 5 or $10 extra, for shipping. Or for the tracking, which, they make it so you can't take off within Canada. But if it's going to the States, the tracking can be taken off because they can't control the tracking once it leaves our country.
I blame Trudeau. He probably has nothing to do with this individual thing, but I'm still going to blame him.
Well, let's see. Mallet says we would have to get John to take it to you in Canada. And he says, no, I'm putting my CNC stuff on the Facebook store. Cool.
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna get a dice box from him. But I am broke.
I can link it to Instagram also. I haven't been able to trick anyone to do all the store work for me. You mean the setup? Well, that's probably because you'd have to have somebody access your Facebook account other than you for that.
Yeah, I agree. It's easy to make stuff, but listing stuff everywhere is a pain.
Yeah.
It is. Even if you're just like a designer, like me or Rick, you've got designs too, and things do most of the work, it's still a pain on that easier level. So doing everything yourself, I can only imagine, is worse.
Yeah, doing all the store stuff, all the web page stuff. Oh, God, it's a pain. Can't wait till I can hire somebody.
Yeah.
Heck, even just doing all the stuff for YouTube. Coming up with thumbnails and putting them on and all that. That's why I have ones that are just, I can stick on the same one for this or my verse of the day all the time. Doing something for, talking with, it's an easy, just change the name, change the picture of the book, make it nice and easy.
Half the time for the vomitorium, or actually all the time, I don't even bother making a thumbnail. I've got like a default one that I put up there. Especially because I don't even know necessarily what we might be talking about that day until we get to talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. That's why, just for, After Dark, even when it's digital coloring, I just put the Cross Comics After Dark thumbnail. Nothing special. Mallet says, I have 2 bottle opener orders and a new camper sign to do. Cool. Well, the good thing too, I think, about that for Mallet is, he can put that stuff on to most likely do while he's at work, some of it. So that probably helps.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He might have to do some of it when he gets home. Some fine tuning or whatever. No, I gotta run it when I get home. Like, you can't, like, if you have a specific design for the bottle opener already, you can't just say, put the wood there and tell it to do it, and then leave,
Well, I don't know how safe the machine is. It might be a hazard to leave something like that running.
Yeah, but it might take, like...
I'm not super familiar with the machines.
Yeah. I would think if it only takes half an hour, but then again, if it screws up something major goes wrong while you're away, I guess you can never know for sure whether something major will happen or not. He says, I had my boys run jobs for me a lot, but what I do is one-offs. I'm trying to standardize. Yeah. Makes sense to me. And he says when he was working from home, he could double dip. Yeah, get extra stuff done.
I still haven't even set up that Teespring yet. I probably should.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go into Teespring and bring everything down to within $1.50. Oh, so I'm not, maybe sell more if things are cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, I'd probably leave it as cheap as I could, and still, make a slight profit off of it. I'm more concerned about getting things into people's hands than anything else.
Yeah. I thought just because, I really needed the money, keep it at whatever they said, and I was hoping people would buy, but not too many people have bought. John, that's it.
And he bought his thing.
Yeah. And I've even put sales on a couple times. 20% off.
Next time I appear on camera on a stream, I should probably wear my actual metal shirt. I usually don't wear it so much these days, though, because it's starting to fall apart. It was the very first shirt design that I had ever sold way back on District Lines. when it was like free for YouTubers to set up. Really comfortable fabric too, but I wore the shit out of it. That's so it's falling apart.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
I can believe that. I wear my Canadian Shield one a lot too, because especially when you're going out, that way you can advertise yourself.
Yeah. I also have this one shirt design that I want to upgrade to make look more like dynamic and manga looking, which I might soon. But it's a shirt that says cannibalism on it, and it's an onigiri, which are like those triangular rice patties, eating a bowl of rice.
Cool.
Yeah, it was actually my best seller. Everybody wanted one. Yeah, so this is also something that I found happened a lot in the older pages. Was I was like really in a rush to try to meet a deadline early on. Like I was getting out multiple pages every single week on a specific time. I was pretty good during the first year, and at some point I'm just like, I'm doing too much.
Yeah, I can see that, especially when you're.
Yeah, because of that. There sometimes I would do multiple things on the same layer, which is making it hard because I have to go back and kind of like semi reshade this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, I'm obviously going back over this, recoloring everything.
Oh wow, yeah, I did all or both of those tones on the same layer.
Oh.
Bad.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. And it's really bad when you figure it out too late. Like, sort of when you, right now for you.
Well, it wasn't so bad during the initial because everything matched. But the fact that I'd even decided to go back over it, that's where it's becoming a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And this is like literally the most I'm willing to do on it. Because if you just keep going back and fixing things over and over, you'll never make any progress.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because you can probably always find something.
Oh, I mean, if I really wanted to fix this, the fact that I was even limited to using thin Sharpies at the time and not like proper inking pens and doing it on computer paper and stuff like that, it'd be better off if I just scrapped the whole thing and redrew all, like, at least 3 of the first chapters over with more dynamic panels, better line art, better figures. But it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, especially when it's nobody's paying you to redo it at this point.
Oh yeah, it would probably wouldn't even sell any better if I redid it. So it's not even like I'd be paying myself.
Yeah. That's what.
Eventually, though, I think I'm probably gonna go back and have a much better version of it done, but like in volume form. So just get like multiple things done at once.
Yeah. Well, that's what you can pay one of those get one of those interns to do.
Now, if I had an intern working on stuff, I would just start them on a completely different story. Just get more content out there.
I just see it as, you get the intern doing the thing that you don't really want to do yourself. Just go back.
So, everything?
Sure, why not?
Well, everything but the writing. I like the writing.
Yeah, that way you can control what's happening. That's sort of like me right now. So, I like the writing. Even that I'd like to pass off eventually, but I wanted my universe very somewhat established.
Well, I don't think I ever want to pass off the writing. I actually enjoy writing.
Yeah.
Writing is probably like my primary profession and trade.
Yeah.
I just happen to also do art to some extent.
Yeah. I'd say I'd like both. Hey, John.
What's up?
Not much. Yourself?
Eh.
Yeah.
So how was your stream?
It's good. You know it's not over, right?
Shouldn't have been over already for like 45 minutes?
No. It's got 15 minutes to go.
Oh, man. Oh, that's
I think his
awful.
time zones are off.
Something's off. So how are you today, John?
I'm not too good. My phone's giving me issues. I'm not able to open up a new Amazon account on my phone.
Ooh.
I don't know why.
Oh, is that the only issue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just said issues. I was wondering if there were more.
Nah, that's the only issue.
No audio issues?
No, I never have audio issues.
Never.
Why do you need to open a new Amazon account?
Hey, that's none of your business, Metal.
I mean, if you say so. I won't pester anymore.
My goodness. Kind of a... The hell?
Hey, we're just trying to make some small talk.
To make some big talk. This is a TV show. Technically.
Well, for my mom, it's a TV show. She's watching it on the TV.
That's right, Rick.
So for some people, it's a TV show. For some people, it's not. Some people it's a phone show. Some people it's a tablet show. Some people it's a computer
This is kind of what I was trying to avoid, but you just went there anyway, didn't you?
You knew he was going to.
But the thing is, I can't really talk at all because, like, I say something and then I was like, "Oh, damn it, that was a mistake. Now Ray's gonna do this." So I try to stop it from happening, but it doesn't happen every time. It's almost like I gotta walk on eggshells, or else I'm gonna get punned to death, or I'm gonna get actually or technically to death. It's like, that's not how conversations work. That's not how you like keep a conversation moving. You don't shut it down abruptly, right?
Oh, you wanted to say more about it not being a TV show?
It's called handing it off to you. Keep it moving, not shut it down. So who's gonna read the stories from the cringeworthy website where it says the world's cringiest OCs and their stories?
I guess we can
Oh, we're
let
going
you.
back to that?
I think it's Rick's turn.
I don't think you do it. Well, I can't see. Are you doing anything? Drawing or anything at the moment, John?
No, I'm not doing nothing that you need to be seeing.
So I guess you can read it then, since I'm trying to color.
No, well, we all know how that's going.
What, my coloring? You're saying my coloring is going bad?
Yeah.
Going slow. I'm not sure whether I'd say bad or not.
Let me go look. I'll tell you if it's bad or not.
Yeah, well, you
Oh,
and
yeah.
John would say two different things.
Oh, you look at all that gray in the back. What's going on?
That's part of the, whatchamacallit, the flat layer that I gotta get rid of.
Well, why don't you get rid of it?
Because I'm doing the other colors at the moment.
Well, I thought that. Remember, I showed you that way of coloring that was super fast and really effective and looks vibrant and great. How come you're not using that technique, even though it's way easier than what you're doing?
Well, with this one, this is one that I was coloring last week when I didn't have my stylus.
Well, this information that I gave you was over a month ago.
Yeah, but have you tried to color with a mouse before?
Yes, I have.
How well did you do?
I think you know the answer to that. I think we all know the answer to that.
I guarantee you, better than that.
It was superior. It was inspiring to watch me work with a mouse.
Well, most people coloring with a mouse isn't that easy.
You gotta learn to work with what you got, man.
Yeah, I tried to follow these lines. I used this tool, the thing tool, and I tried go like.
And even if that is the case,
Follow the line. Do that sort of thing, and then although I didn't want that blue, but just using it as an example. What you said, do the under the flat layer and then do the other stuff. Well, I made the flat layer, as you can see, too big by the grays.
aha! All right, this isn't working. I gotta try it again. God damn you, Amazon.
Maybe
You must curse the name of Jeff Bezos.
318882. All right, there we go.
Arthur Reed says, what I missed, start over. Mallet says, I'm back.
We ain't starting over.
No, we're going to be ending in like about 9 minutes.
And not a minute too soon. So what are you going to do with this drawing of this character you're drawing right now, Rick?
Or color?
Drawing?
I don't know.
Actually, technically, I'm coloring it. God damn it.
Poor John.
So once you get all this gray matter away from the body, what are you going to do with this drawing?
Don't know.
And why are you drawing it?
I finished coloring it. It was coloring it something to do last week and something to do
Well,
right
I happen to know for a fact you have an entire universe of comic books you need to do. Why are you drawing a random character for no reason?
I don't know. Because I wanted to. Because I'm going to be hopefully trying to pay people to do that.
So shouldn't you be doing turnarounds?
Start.
What do you mean turnarounds?
Well, if you're going to be paying somebody to do your character, shouldn't you be writing up sheets about this is what my character looks like from the front, the side, 3/4, the back. This is how tall they are. You know, reference sheet to give to artists.
I could, yeah. I know for my character Toxico, I was working on a 3D model to be able to give to people.
Mallet's like, he should be working on improving the current characters. And then he goes, John, stop. No.
And what's all this on the side of her neck? Was somebody strangling her?
What, that?
All those dark lacerations on the side of her neck.
Oh, it was probably me trying to do shading.
Was she super fat before and she lost a bunch of weight? And those are like flaps?
No.
You should erase those too.
Well, they're not
There's
on
no reason for those to be there.
They're not on this layer to erase.
Go on the layer that they're on and erase them.
Yeah, well, I can do. I'm trying to do everything on this layer first. Get everything on this layer done first. Get all the extra gray off, and then I go to that layer and get that sort of stuff off.
So of the next 5, let's say 5. Let's say 5, the number 5. Let's say 5, the next 5 books you're going to be doing. You have the scripts for those already completed, correct?
Yes.
What are the next 5 in order?
Canadian Shield number 2, Snowdrift number 1, Canadian Shield number 3, Snowdrift number 2, and Flame number 1.
Okay. Mallet says, has anyone edited them? Mallet says, Rick has John. I have model. Who is better off?
I don't even know what the grammar of that sentence is.
Oh, he's saying Rick has John. I have model. He means model 316.
Oh, like as a co-host or a critic?
I guess. And he says, who is better off?
I don't know.
Mallet says, as an abuser.
Oh, as an abuser? Okay, so closer to the critic end. I think Dillard is better at bullying Rick into the right direction.
De colores se visten los campos en la primavera.
Though
De
Models of Peace is probably
colores.
more poignant.
Yeah, it's true. Mallet's a lot more succinct and accurate when it comes to his critiques, how you can improve. I just say it looks stupid. De colores en el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. I don't like these colors, Rick.
You and me both.
What are you gonna do about that?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, as a consumer, I don't like these colors. What are you gonna do about that?
Well, she's supposed to be crazy. Why should her colors match? Why should her colors actually make sense?
I didn't say they should match or make sense. I said I don't like them.
Yeah, and why don't you like them?
Because they're just primary colors that you pick because they're primary.
Purple's not a primary color. Green's not a primary color.
John's probably shaking his head. He's like, here we go again.
I got a noose around my neck. It's like you got the commercial for Fruity Pebbles stuck in your head. You got red, orange, green, purple, blue, and yellow. Big fruity taste, as big as a Bronto.
Yes, I got all the primary and secondary colors there.
Technically, that they're...
Yo, what Rick could benefit from? Some color swatches.
No, Rick could benefit from a list of things to do, is what he could benefit from. I gotta make you a honey-do list, is what I gotta do. Because now that you have your first 5 books ready to go, you have the scripts for them. You got to make character sheets for all the characters in those first 5 books that are going to be necessary to have character sheets for. If you're not going to be happy with the way somebody looks because you had something in mind for them already, you need a character sheet for it.
So showing front, back, and side, basically.
Yeah. Or at the very least, a detailed written description about what you want this person to look like. Because you say, in this page, there's a police officer that shows up and yada, yada, yada. And then I draw a police officer and you're like, no, he's supposed to be a Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Well, maybe you should have wrote that down.
Yeah, well,
Maybe you should have wrote down that it's a man and he's strong, or a woman and feeble.
I don't
Then you
think-
compile all that information together, and then you send it off to somebody to draw. But until you have that information, you can't do any of that.
Well, if it just says a police officer, that's probably what I meant. I would have specified Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
See what I'm dealing with, Metal?
Yeah. Rick, he's just trying to push you into focusing your productivity into getting the assembly line going.
Yeah.
Because you know how you have it, as you were saying earlier in the show, you were saying that you were not a creator that creates on the fly, that you have a penchant for planning things out. These are things that you should also be planning out.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier you said this.
Well, yeah, I've got some things planned out for a thing, but
Perhaps you're a filthy liar, I don't know.
But also I said, when I go to write a script, I just know the character that's supposed to be in it, and I write the characters that are supposed to be in it, and I write with just knowing,
You know what we should do right now? Right now? because it's already past time. You already went over time. So
Yeah.
you know what you should do right now?
What?
A bonus hour. We should do a bonus hour where you have me do all the thumbnails for Snowdrift #1 for
Okay.
every page, and we create the entire thumbnails and the outline for the comic book to get somebody to start drawing this thing. Because you're going to be getting your money pretty soon and fulfilling this book. We need to get going on the second book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you're fast. You could totally pump out all those thumbnails in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can.
Yeah.
That's what I think we should do in this next hour, instead of making our bed and putting on pajamas and drinking tea and getting ready to for a little snooze.
Little snooze? If you call 8 hours a little snooze, sure. But, yeah, I can do an extra hour of doing that.
Is that something you're down to do?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to open up Clip Studio, and we're going to do it. Is that all right?
Yeah, maximize him. That is
Yes.
way more important than what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And we are going to. I'm going to need you to pull up the script for and everything, any kind of reference you're going to need me to have for Snowdrift #1. All right. Let me go and share my screen here. What is this? Oh yeah, this is a new program. Present now. Present your entire screen. Let's do it. All right. Oh, look at this! Look at this bum on the floor with his butt hanging out. All right. Ascendancy.
Bell says, "Oh my God!" Inside, Rick is crying silently.
No. Spotlight. Yeah.
I don't know. This is good content now, finally, and Rick's going to get something important done. Can't really cry about that.
I'm gonna do these pages at only about 144 DPI.
Just to get it done fast.
Yeah, just so I don't get no lag or anything. All right, I am ready.
I am getting up the script.
Also, the cover for the Snowdrift #1. What is it gonna be?
I've got a cover I've done, and probably I'll have an alternate cover.
Okay, so it's already done. All right. Inside cover. What's it gonna be?
I have no idea what's on the inside cover at this point.
All right, let me just title this as page 1 then. I'll just write it on top. I'll write it on top. Snowdrift. Thumbnails. Page 1.
Will it come up? Hopefully it'll come up in WordPad.
And you already have in your script how you want it to be, like how many panels per page and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are. We're already 4 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find WordPad. Yeah. Find it easier this way.
I want to be super busy. Metal, can you handle the chat?
Windows, accessories, WordPad. File.
Let me go look at a picture of Snowdrift while Rick's doing that.
Comics, comics, scripts, Snowdrift, #1.
Here she is.
Okay. Mela says now finally after 2 hours.
Nope.
Nope, what?
I said, no, we're not ready. We still haven't have a script over here in front of us.
Well, I've got the script now in front of me.
Okay, this page 1, panel 1. How many pages? How many panels? What's going on?
Page 1.
How many pages is this all together?
23, I think.
All right, page 1. How many panels on the page?
6.
6 panels. Okay. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay, caption, page 1, panel 1, caption. The year's 1950. A young woman scientist named Nancy Brown is given, and then caption's gonna continue into panel 2.
Okay, so the first panel. Describe to me how you want these panels laid out. What is the first? The first panel just says scientist Nancy Vaughn.
Brown. I have this. How do I want it laid out? I did this before, so.
So should the panel look like this, or should the panel look like this?
Like, what was the other way? Like, have this.
Like this.
Probably just a square. Probably
just a square. Yeah?
Yeah. And that's what I think I was thinking way back when.
Okay, we got a square. That's a perfect square there. Not going to leave a lot of room for 6 panels. So a square on the side, or a square in the center, or just a square over here?
Top corner. Right where you have it.
Okay, so what am I drawing? Am I drawing just the girl, the scientist?
Yeah, I guess so. You just just trying to.
All right, so we have her here, and she's looking at this beaker. And she's writing something down on her notepad, and we have a table here, and it's full of graduated cylinders and laboratory stuff like that, Bunsen burners.
Oh, maybe instead of looking at beaker, she's reading a paper because it's saying she's given, so she's basically receiving her.
This is all in the first panel?
Yeah.
What's happening on the first panel? Tell me what's happening on the first panel.
That's what I was trying to do. Since it says the year, no, keep what you had there. But instead of, I was just saying, instead of her looking at the beaker, she's got in her hand a piece of paper, which the piece of paper is telling her, she's got this expedition, but you don't necessarily. Everything else was good except for, the ways that she was, the position she was in.
Okay, she's looking at a paper.
Yeah.
Because she has an expedition.
Well, it says the year 1950, a young woman scientist, Nancy Brown, is given, and then the next panel is going to be an expedition to do, the lead to do an expedition in the Arctic. So I thought that whole panel that you did was good, but instead of her looking at a beaker, she's looking at a piece of paper, which is telling her, that exact same thing.
Okay, so this is what we should do then. We should have tables here. She's in she's at a university, right?
Should be out of university at this point.
Okay, so she has a private lab?
I'm not sure whether it's private, but...
But she's in a lab, yes.
Yeah, she can be in a lab, yes.
Alright, so we'll have the box up here describing what's going on. Oh, we can put it down here, actually. Put it down here. there. We have her. And she has a cup of coffee. And this hand is holding up a binder that has details of her expedition and what's going to be happening. And then we have beakers and stuff and the whole lab background.
Metal says, "Can we have Mallet says, "Can we have Metal do Rick's part?"
All right, second panel. What's up?
Second panel caption: an expedition into the Canadian Arctic. So, a square panel exactly beside that similar thing, and maybe a possible picture of the Canadian Arctic.
Okay, so let's just do a picture of the Canadian Arctic. So it's a lake, all snow, mountains in the background. And then we have the caption up here. She gets a whatever.
Yeah.
The Canadian Arctic. All right, what else?
Then I've just got panels 3 through 6. She's allowed to pick her own party, so she just different panels picking who she wants in her party. So just various different looking scientist type people.
And what's the last panel?
Well, that is it. Panels 3 through 6. So I'm not sure what they would look like.
All right, so we'll do this. We'll just do a regular 6-panel page. And what's is anything happening on the next page? Very important.
Panel 2, page 2, panel 1. They do research for. The research they do has continued for about a year, so it's like a year later, I guess. And then it's panel 2. Nancy's going out for a walk.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, so what we have here is we have a stage. There's a professor here giving on a lectern here. He's giving a speech, and she's entering the thing because this is one of her friends from school, and she's going to be recruiting that person.
Yeah, sounds good.
Then the next one's going to be here's a desk here, and the person's going to be leaning over the desk. These are the shoulders here, and he's going to be reaching out to shake her hand, because this is another one of her professional friends, and she's recruiting this person to be part of the expedition as well. And then who else?
Well, that's like I said, that's 3 through 6. So you can do a couple more panels.
Do you have any preference at all for what she's doing?
No.
Okay.
Are there any of the people she could recruit that are important to the story?
No.
Okay.
Put the chair here. It's in his office or whatever. We'll have one of her going around. What is this? We'll make it like a coffee shop or a restaurant, and we have documents here, files, coffee, maybe one of her girlfriends from school or somebody she knows, a colleague. chair, and they're both sitting there talking about the expedition. They're looking at the paperwork intently. She's pointing at something.
Mrs. Dillard says John can't stay away from Rick. Do you feel jealous, Mrs. Dillard?
If you want this to stop and me never to do this again, I would suggest you keep on talking how you're talking. Alright, so there's her hair. Okay, so they're just talking at a coffee shop. There's other people behind them enjoying their meal. Whatever. And the last one, let's I think last time we did a group photo.
Yeah.
So we'll have her in the center. And then how many people on this expedition do you think?
Good, somewhere, I'd say between 5, 10, maybe a little bit more.
Okay, so we'll have this here, and then we'll have like backpacks and stuff. Let me put the thing lower here. We'll put expedition gear. So all this stuff here, some skis, some of those walking things that have Eskimo things.
Eskimo shoes, I think they're called.
Yeah, and they're all like, yay! You know, they're happy to go on their expedition. And they're sitting in front of, I don't know, her lab or something. She's like, ha, look at me. How's that?
Good.
All right, that's page 1 done. File, save as PNG, and we'll do Snowdrift, page 1, thumbnails. All right. Page 2, what's going on?
Look at page 2, how many panels? Another 6 panels. I can read you what's in each panel. I do have something different in each one. So.
Do you know what size the panel's going to be? Go ahead and read them all. Go ahead.
Okay, page 2, panel 1, caption: the research they had continued. The research they do has continued for about a year. Panel 2, Nancy goes out for a walk one day. Panel 3, try to.
Okay, stop. Okay, so we're already in the Arctic now. We need an establishing shot. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a big panel up on top. Panoramic panel. And what we're going to have is
their camp.
The camp, like a little tent like this, the side of her tent. And then the flap's going to be tied open over here or something. There's going to be posts with rope. And then there's like other camps like this, other base camp areas. They're closed off, and she's going to be walking out of one, all dressed, looking to the horizon because she's going to go for a walk. And she's wearing her snow gear like this. And she's going to be opening up her flap of her tent here. It's all dark on the inside.
Should it be tents or should it be some sort of makeshift buildings?
I don't know. It's your story.
Well, I think probably makeshift buildings since they've been there a year, and they're
That's
probably
not very long at all.
Well, they're probably
You kind of want like those military half silo looking buildings, right?
yeah, something like that. Because
Okay.
they were probably staying.
I don't care the reason, Rick. This is just what it's gonna be. Half silo buildings, okay. We have lanterns on the outside or whatever. And let's put the half silo building here behind her. And then we'll put another one over here going this way. There we go. door. And then some clouds and ominous mountains in the background. And her hair, when she comes out of the door, it's like nice little stiff breeze from the Arctic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What now? Panel 2?
Your panel 2 is Nancy goes out for a walk one day. So I guess showing her.
All right, stop. Let me get rid of this real quick. Because she's going to be, let's see, this will be the door right here. And she'll be turning the door handles. All right. Now you were saying she goes out for a walk one day?
Yeah.
All right, so let's make another panel here. It's too big. All right, how do you want the scenes framed up?
I guess show just.
Is she happy-go-lucky marching? Is she going out for a solemn walk to reflect on some things? What is she doing?
Yeah, probably just going out to reflect, or just an enjoyment, something to do that's not, the norm.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's put her shoulders a little bit higher. Her hands are in her pockets. And she is going for a walk. And then we'll put the cat behind her. Maybe some squarish looking buildings with some smoke coming out of them. How's that?
Looks good.
Okay, what's panel 3?
Panel 3 is tragedy strikes and a freak storm hits the area, leaving Nancy alone in it out in the middle of nowhere.
How do you want that to look?
I guess her in a blizzard walking or trying to walk. You could probably just see her or whatever. Through the
Alright,
snow.
let me grab a picture of a woman in a blizzard. This is what I do, Rue. This is I don't like those. Let's look at more images. Come on. I need her hand up blocking her face from the wind. I need something dynamic. Let's see.
Maybe.
What's the next panel?
But beyond number 3.
Yeah.
Nancy falling to the ground.
Okay, I'm not finding anything good. Okay, let me just do this. Nancy finds what?
Falling to the ground. From not being able to find her way back, so she's exhausted.
So let's do a little bit of an upshot. To her.
That was panel 4.
I know.
Okay.
So her knees, leaning forward, her arms in front of her face like this. Hands back. Yeah, we'll have one leg down, one leg up. Snow everywhere coming in from the front. Okay, and then the fourth one is her falling.
Yeah.
Falling how?
I Never thought about it. She probably onto her knees. Or
Not falling
she-
back. What is she falling from? She's falling because there's too much snow and she fell, or she's falling from exhaustion, or is she falling from?
Falling from more of exhaustion, having fighting her way through the blizzard, not knowing where, and probably been doing it for an hour or hours, trying to get back to
So
camp.
we'll have her on the floor then. We'll have this is her back. This is her hand. There we go. Now she's in the snow. She's fallen. And the blizzard is still happening. All right, there we go. She's in the snow. She fell.
Panel 3 is probably close to that exact panel with a little bit more snow, and maybe her head looking up and saying, "Lord God, help me." Because panel 5 says Nancy being covered by snow, and then just saying, "Lord God, help me." So I would presume it would look similar like that, but with her head maybe tilted up.
Okay, so let's do that. We'll do it like this. We're going to snatch this panel up. We're going to copy it. Oops. We're going to move it over here. We're going to make it way bigger. And I said her head's going to be lifted up. And her arm will be a little bit up too. Okay, so we'll have. But she's going to be even more covered with snow like this. Head's going to be up. And hand will be up like this. Oh. Okay. And then the next one's going to be what? Covered in snow completely?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do some snow mounds. And then we'll move the angle of view a little bit lower. And then you can just see the background. And all snow everywhere. And maybe like a reeds. Okay. Snow cover. Alright. Alright, that's page 2 down in the can. Alright, let's save this. Save as page 2. Thumbnail. Save. Alright, page 3. What's going on?
It says page 3 and 4 here. The expedition realizes Nancy is missing and tries to find her. The search comes empty and she's declared dead. At this, the expedition ends. So,
Say that whole thing again. I couldn't even hear what you were saying. Your audio's so bad.
okay. It's I have it saying here pages 3 and 4. The expedition realizes Nancy is missing and tries to find her. The search comes up empty and she is declared dead. At this, the expedition ends.
You know that's not a script, right?
That's like the synopsis you put before you actually put the script down.
Yeah, that's a synopsis for the 2 pages.
All right, so you do some work here, Rick. What do you want me to do? You want one of them to be like a full splash page or something of them all like around the camp, all confused and panicked?
Maybe one big panel of them all confused looking for her, like you were just saying.
I'll make it a half page. All
Mallet
so
wants.
I'm gonna have this guy here. There's two people right here. This guy's right here. He has his coat on. He has his hands out. He has a map. He's showing these people a map of the area. They're looking very intently at the map because he's lecturing them on how this search is going to go. There's other people in the background. They're busy moving along. They're running, like whatever, walking briskly. This is the camp. Gotta make sure we put the camp in the background again. Whatever. He's yelling at them, and they're like, "Oh!" This is like, I don't know, a table.
Mallet wants to see page 1 again too.
No.
So I said you can't look back, gotta live forward.
Yeah. All right, what's happening after the first panel? They're panicked, looking for her. What's happening now?
I guess show them maybe on snowmobiles or whatever, or walking, looking for her in pairs. Well, if they're walking in pairs, if on snowmobiles and that, maybe another half the page. Well, not. Yeah, about that. Yeah. So it's basically 3 panels on a page.
All right, so they have snowmobiles. What year is this?
1950.
Oh,
I'm sure they would have snowmobiles. Maybe not as good as ours nowadays, but
oh God, I don't care. Okay.
I'm just making conversation, John.
Well, instead of making conversation, think about what you want this third panel to be. So when I get to it right now, you're not, I don't know, maybe something. Think about that.
I already
Work
basically
it out with metal. What do you guys think the third panel should be?
I basically think it'll say somebody showing somehow that she's dead.
Was she wearing like a hat or something? You could have her like hold the woman's hat, like they found that, but not her.
No,
Uh,
they find nothing of her.
well, usually finding like a garment of clothing, but not the person, is a pretty good sign of like, look, they're gone.
Well, we can put that on the second page because there's 2 pages we got to fill up here.
Battle says snow machines in 1950 is very unrealistic. And then he says,
Unreliable. Well, because they've had snowmobiles since the 20s, but they weren't very good.
Well, neither is this book. So what does it mean? All right, so we have these people over here. They're walking. They're taking a walk, going this direction. These people are going this direction, and then there's going to be somebody in the foreground heaving along, and he's going in this direction. Because they're all out looking for this lady. And he has a beard. All right. And then the next page we'll have like the entrance to like a snow cave. And this will be like silhouetted, and there'll be like 2 people, and this person has like his hand up and he's holding a lantern. Show they're looking in places,
Mallet says, I'm not model. Oh, sorry if I said model instead of Mallet.
All right, what do you think? Page 3?
Yeah, looks good.
Let's save it. All right, let's get rid of it. Let's go to page 4. What's happening on page 4, you think?
Well, they're going to declare her dead, or somebody say, we can't find her. And then I guess she's dead. She must be dead, and then the camp packing up because the expedition ends. So maybe 5 panels? 4 panels?
Well, what exactly are going to be in these 5 panels? Rick.
Okay, I'm working it out in my head.
Let's stretch your creative brain here.
Okay, so maybe back at camp. Them saying, back at camp. Yeah, back at camp. Somebody
Wait
saying,
a minute. Is this back at camp? All right, how about this? How about we got 4 people, they're all standing around one guy, right?
Yeah,
This guy's probably leading like the recovery effort or whatever.
yeah.
And we got this is the look. I got the look he's gonna make here. Look at. Okay. Here's this is him. He's like, oh shit. He's standing there and he has his shoulders up and he's very distressed. He's looking like this. But his head is tilted down and to the left here. And he's like, God damn it. A little bit more tilt. More tilt. Way down here. Oh, that looks stupid. Cancel that. His head is hanging low, and he's like, God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, there we go. Shoulders are way up here. And he's standing in front of like I don't know, some makeshift table from the boonies or whatever. And we have like all these maps and stuff. And I know he got one hand like this on his head. And the other hand's not here. The other hand's on the table. Son of a diddly. Son of a diddly. Where is this lady? And they're telling him, we can't find her. We can't find her, man. And other people around here as well. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now what's out? They decide they can't find her.
Can't find her. She must be dead, covered in snow or something. Whatever. Gonna happen.
I think that we should have. Do they have communication with the outside world?
Yeah, they'd probably have a radio.
Or we should probably put a signal that they're telling them that this lady went missing. We can't find her, something like that.
No. Well, yeah, can't find her. Because they probably would have been told she already was missing.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll put 2 panels here. One of them will be a guy with headphones like this. He's sitting down. He's looking sorrowful, and he has like bags under his eyes.
Because they haven't slept in days because they're looking.
Yeah, and he's like holding a headphone to his ear, and he's like doing something on some sort of a, I don't know, Morse code machine or something. I don't know what they do. But he's typing in something, and it's like dee 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 doo doo doo. He's at a table, and then we'll have like a machine, those machines with those printouts coming out on the other side or wherever it's coming from, and it will say text describing. What's her name? Carol?
Nancy.
Dead / missing permanent, whatever. And then they'll show them wrapping up their expedition.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you want that shown?
I guess some of the buildings taken down, or maybe boxes.
Okay, well let's we'll have everybody working, taking down stuff. There'll be like a big truck, maybe.
Yeah.
It's things getting loaded into a truck. I don't know how expeditions work.
I think it depends on where the expedition is.
Yeah. Truck or whatever getting loaded up. And then the expeditions, the base camp getting torn down. We'll have like shells.
Yeah, but nothing.
Like this.
Yeah.
Rebar and stuff, I would say camp disassembly. And there'll be people walking around doing that. Look good?
Yeah.
Is this how you picture your comic in your head?
Yeah.
Okay, let's save it. Save as page 4. And save, and yes. All right, let's move on to page 5.
Okay. Now you can hate. It's again, it's more synopsis of
What?
the You can hate. There's more synopsis as the page goes by.
Is it at least for only one page?
Yeah, only one page.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Page 5, panels, it says 1 through 8. It could probably be less. As time goes by till the present, the winds sweep away the snow on top of Nancy. All the while, God is changing her in suspended animation that he has put her in. So I guess part of that back should be more of a caption over those 8 panels, or possibly less.
There is no reason that needs to be 8 panels.
Yeah.
Describe it again.
As time goes by till the present, the wind sweeps away the snow on top of Nancy. All the while, God is changing her in her suspended animation that he has put her in. But it says 25 panels minimum. I don't know why I put 1 through 8. Again, I think this is one that my buddy Chris was helping me on. I was trying to get him to be a writer, and he didn't like doing the page and panel thing, so. So maybe you start something like with the last panel that we see Nancy in, and then slowly have her appear.
So what we're gonna do? Damn, I gotta clear my throat. All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one drawing, just one, and it's going to be really gross looking. And it will be her thumb and her fingers, this, on one side, and then her face, which is like panicked and in pain.
And then you're just going to progressively put more and more snow on it with each previous panel.
Now you're thinking like Dillard, Metal.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought you were doing when you put the line panel
in. You'll have her crying and like this, but the whole thing, she's gonna be in one big chunk of ice, like a woolly mammoth. But we'll take this as it is, whatever. And God damn it, stop doing that. Okay. So we'll take this image. Let me grab it. And we'll duplicate it. We'll move it here. We'll make it smaller. Like this. Okay, and then we'll duplicate this many times over.
I'd say you don't even need to put it in the first panel.
I'm putting it in all the panels, right? All right, there we go. Then let's merge all these panels together.
Mallet, Mallet says, "Good night, people," and John, once these panels are done, start the campaign because it's finished, all 25.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to show that there's like a snow hill here, and this will not be here. Then the next one will be, yeah, this will not be here. And the next one will be that. This will not be here. And the next one will be like this, like so. And this will not be here. The next one will be like this. Okay, the next one will be like this. And next one will have nothing. Or I'll have a little bit. For a little bit. And the next one will have nothing at all. And then this close-up is going to be able to show them how her face has been like crystallized by God or something. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. All right, there we go. And then I'll write that down here. Show. Whoops, it's too big. Show frozen preserved face. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah, I said yeah.
Okay. All right. File. Save as. And we'll go to page 5. And save. All right. We want to page 6.
Okay, page 6 is 6 panels.
There we go. Okay. 6 panels.
Yes, and it's not all condensed like the other ones this far. Page panel 1. After all this, caption, after all this had happened, yeah, my grammar's bad. After this, what has happened here is that a lot.
Oh, your grandma is there?
No, my grammar.
Oh, okay.
My grandma's dead, both of them.
Oh, lucky you.
No, not lucky me. After this, what happened here has that somewhere nearby, a log cabin was built.
Like, I don't need to hear what the description is. Just tell me what you want on the panels.
Okay, a log cabin is nearby. In fact, it's going to be the same log cabin or the same cabin that you see in the Canadian Shield #1 that leads.
Oh my
to
God, Rick! What do you want me to put on panel 1?
Panel 1, I'm telling you, it's supposed to be the same cabin from the Canadian Shield when you see it saying a secret government organization at the beginning, you know, like panel page 2 or whatever, page 3. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
I do, but how do you want me to put that in the panel? Do you want me to take the image from the book and put it in there?
Yeah, that's all that needs to be done.
Okay, let me go grab it then.
Oh, Mallet. Mallet told me to take care and don't help too much.
Why would he say something?
Mallet works in mysterious ways.
Why is Mallet such an awful, awful human being? Alright, I don't have that page. I don't have that page available at the ready. Or do I? I do not. Alright, no big deal. How many panels on this page? 6?
6, yes.
And how big do you want this first panel with the cabin?
A regular size panel from a 6 panel page.
And what's the second scene?
The man who lives there, says caption, the man who lived there who that seemed to live there was one day given a nudge by God to go out for a walk. So I guess him coming out of the cabin to go for a walk in panel 2.
No, it should be like this. It should be like that.
Oh, yeah.
So you have the image of the cabin.
And then you can just focus on him coming out the door.
Yeah. Or even he's inside cooking breakfast and he's like, oh, I got a weird feeling about something. Something.
Yeah, breakfast saying, you should go for a walk.
Or I have him, let's have this door open. And the next one will be him in a doorway. He's just looking. He has one arm down. He has one arm crooked because he's probably drinking his morning coffee. He's like, oh. He has his head tilted a little bit. Like, oh. Alright, then what?
Panel 3, on his walk, he finds the body of Nancy uncovered from the snow.
He's going to need to be on a walk in the next panel, and then he has to be able to find her.
So you're saying 2 panels for that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Alright, and let's pick it up here. And let's go. Like walk in.
Yeah, you kind of have to let things transition gracefully.
Well, that's why I was saying in panel 2 about the walk. Him already walk.
And then the next one, we'll have a shadowy area right here. And then as he turns, or as he, comes across, you'll see this mangled, garbled hand, this disgusting zombie-like hand of this heinous woman. Frozen over, looking like death warmed over. And he's like, bah! Like, here's his hand like this. He's like, oh my god.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna look that ugly looking.
He's shocked, Rick. Look at his shock.
Yeah. Well, he's shocked to see the woman for sure, frozen there.
How's that look?
Good.
Okay.
Panel 4 was supposed to be him picking up the body, and panel 5 was supposed to be him bringing it back to the cabin.
Okay.
And panel 6 was supposed to be him placing her near the fireplace. Her body on the floor near the fireplace.
How do you want these viewed, these angles? Him picking up the body, how do you see that in your head?
From above?
Huh?
From above? I think that's how I'm
Okay.
saying.
So we'll have him here. And he's like, his knees are here and here. And maybe this is her body. I don't know. Her hand will be up near his face, all gross. Okay, well, he's picking her up regardless. We'll have her hand back here. Put some rocks in the floor. Okay, and then the next one is going to be walking it back to the cabin with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do him like from below, running uphill. It's gonna look hilarious because she's frozen. Let me see if I can change that a little bit. Maybe you can have her in a blanket. I don't know. Something covering her halfway. And there's the cabin again. Running back towards it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Footprints. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Page 6 is finished. File, save as. Page 6. Save, yes. All right. Let's get rid of that. Page 7. Oh, it's already an hour. We only got 6 pages done in an hour. So what do you think? Do you want to continue this, or do you want to wrap it up for the day?
We can wrap it up for the day, and if you want, continue it another day.
Maybe another day. Maybe. But I'm going to San Diego tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the zoo. I'm going to take the baby to look at all the animals at the zoo.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to the famous San Diego Zoo?
Not the wild animal park, just the zoo.
Ah, well, even the zoo's got some clout.
It does, right? Oh my God. Hello, wife? Yeah, I guess so. But she doesn't sound like she's ready to go to sleep. She sounds like she's screaming. Well, don't slap. Don't let her slap you. Hit her back. No, 1, 2, 3. Go to bed. All right, goodbye. All right, they want me to go help them put me to baby to sleep.
Okay, well. I guess it's a good thing we're ending right now then. You want to promote anything, John?
Yeah, I want to promote the Buckler sign-up page on Indiegogo. Go on over to Indiegogo and type in the Buckler and sign up for the for notifications, and you'll get free stuff. Thanks a lot.
Metal?
Yeah, you know, as always, just go to xdynamuschaos.com. I've got a lot of stuff for people to read up there. You have a lot of fun. And that's about it.
Okay. So, yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. Thanks, Metal and John, for coming on and talking and doing Snowdrift stuff. Thanks to everybody in the chat for coming by and watching. I hope you all had a great night. We will see you later today, at least for my time. Back here tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. So see y'all later. Bye for now. God bless. Love y'all.